Taylor, just take us through the match today after dropping the second set. How did you kind of regroup and come back with a very solid third and fourth set?
Yeah, I don't know. I think first set was kind of crazy. I won it. I normally don't even if I get broken twice, I feel like I a lot of times don't even bother trying to win the set. It's just it's gone. But played two very good games to return games to break them. Gave myself a chance in to play for a breaker that set and got it. And the second set was not bad level. I had some opportunities to break him. One of which he hit a first serve as a second serve on the line for an ace on one of my break points. So it's it is what it is. And then I think he played a very good game, hit some good shots when he broke me for the set. So it kind of just is what it is. But for whatever reason, when I came out for the third, I was just much more calm and relaxed, and my mind was just working a lot more clearly, and I felt like just my decision making was so much better. I knew what shots to hit. I wasn't going over in my head as I'm hitting a shot what I should do like I was the first two sets. I just felt very calm and confident, and I feel like I really felt like myself the last two sets.
Questions?
Just obviously there's some question marks early in the year for your health. Just how are you feeling after that?
I think, like I said a little bit, I think there's been some pretty big improvements in my knee, which that was the goal, to start feeling that about a little over 2 months into the program of strengthening the tendon. But I'm way better than I expected to be after how I felt my first week or so in Australia. I didn't expect to be able to play. I guess the physicality and length of the match I played today, and actually not have my knee feel awful right now. It's really promising, but unfortunately there were some other injuries that popped up this week kind of when I was getting ready, which sucks. I don't want to get into it too much. I might talk about it a bit after the tournament, but I'm kind of just having to feel it out as I go, because it's something that I've dealt with before, so I am familiar with it.
Yeah, Taylor, I think we all want to start the season feeling 100% fresh, and so for you to maybe be dealing with some physical issues this early in the season, is it particularly frustrating? How are you working through sort of maybe the emotional ramifications of this?
I mean, by the way, if you look at the tour, it's not just me. There's a lot of people starting the year with injuries. It's maybe the season's too long. I don't know. Maybe 4 weeks isn't enough to fully get healthy of all injuries. It's it is what it is. I think, like I said, laid a lot of groundwork in the off season to get healthy, but at the same time, the off season's so short. You need to be training hard in the off season, or else you come into the year not, feeling like you've played enough matches or had enough time on court, which is very much how I feel. And like I said, I'm really happy for those last two sets, because I really felt just like myself on the court the last two sets of that match, just how I'm processing, how my mind's working, and just it felt great. So that's good at least. But yeah, I mean, it's tough when we have an off season that kind of forces you to you have to be healthy in it to train, or else you're kind of in a bad spot to start the season. It's not the best situation.
How did the tradition of, it was cool seeing the photos of you, all the American guys got together pre-tournament for dinner together. How did that tradition come together here? It was pretty good numbers, 10 of you guys.
Yeah, it's growing a lot. It used to not be so big, but we started doing this and it makes sense in Australia, because it's we've let's start the year. There's some time before the tournament. There's a lot of us haven't seen each other because off season and stuff like that. So we always do it here, but it started maybe 2018 or something like that. We would go to, I think it started going to Chin Chin, that place, and there would be not so much of us, but now that we're older, I've tried to kind of branch it out and just invite all the guys. And I don't have like every American guy's number, and there's new guys that come up, so I just like put like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 of the guys in the group chat, and then just be like, everyone's invited. I'm gonna get the big table, and then whoever comes can come. And you know, I've kind of taken charge of planning it, which sucks, but.
That's the last question.
Okay. It's not been that long. I'm curious. We're happy to see Ethan win today.
Yeah.
Yeah. After his loss on Saturday.
He had some extra motivation to win the match today, so that was good. I felt really bad that he lost with everyone at that table, and kind of the same thing happened, I guess, last year. Everyone told me last year I slacked and didn't do it, but 2 years ago we did it so 2 people lost, so they split it, and it was like Kova and JJ, and I felt awful that there too, and I was like but at the same time, like, people need to understand, like, I took 2 L's very early on in my career too, like back-to-back years, so like it all comes around. I told Ethan, you know, keep coming back every year, like, you know, you'll get some free dinners too, like.
I just came across this story on the internet. I'm not sure if you've ever like spoken about it, but I'm curious what happened like a couple of years ago when you apparently you were in London and you had a break-in or something, or you thought there was a break-in and you picked up your racket.
It was 2024. Yeah, I went to London to do a training week before World Tour Finals, because this is, you know, not long enough to go back to the U.S. and got an Airbnb, and I think it was because I booked the Airbnb last second. I think when it's through those like agencies, they have a cleaning agency that comes in, you know, like the code to the door, you know, gets given out because people have to come in, but obviously whoever's in charge, like the agent of the place that puts on Airbnb, changes the codes and stuff. But someone pulled up at like, I don't even know, like 2-3 a.m. being super loud outside, woke us up, and then they were trying to enter the code. So I think they thought no one was there because, like I said, I booked it last second, and someone that probably worked on like the cleaning team or something probably gave them the code, and it was like I think it was an organized break-in, and luckily the code was changed, but I was like sitting at the door holding my rack. It was just like realistically, I think people made fun of that, but realistically, like, if I hit someone with a racket, like, that's gonna do some damage.
Right.